This is IGN.
If the cape and cowl fits, wear it. This is your IGN review of Batman Arkham Shadow by Dan Stapleton. I know what you're wondering. Does the VR Batman game make me feel like Batman? Well, the answer is no. Never once in Batman Arkham Shadow's long playtime did I feel like I had $1 billion, and without that, the simulation will never be complete. That said, it did do a remarkably good job of making me feel like I was playing an actual Arkham game by including all of the signature elements of Rocksteady's legendary series. Literally punchy combat, intricate Metroidvania-style level design that unlocks more and more as you gain new abilities, and some genuinely tricky optional puzzles. It's a little clumsy and buggy at times, but enough of it translates well to VR that it's more like a real game than a gimmick. And the mystery story pays off well without retreading too many of the Arkham series plots. And sure, while grabbing at your sides and raising your arms to glide around on your cape may look absolutely absurd to anyone who happens to be in the room with you as you play, I'd be lying if I said it wasn't pretty fun. This sequel to a prequel is wedged into the space between Arkham Origins and Arkham Origins Blackgate and Arkham Asylum, a time period where a younger Batman is bluntly but capably voiced by Roger Craig Smith rather than the late, great Kevin Conroy. Brawling works surprisingly well, and after things ramped up a bit to introduce enemies with armor, stun batons, shields, knives, and guns, most requiring different takedown moves, I was working up a sweat throwing physical punches that do more damage if you swing like you mean it. Certain enemies need to be staggered before you can beat on them, so you'll have to use abilities like confusing them with a cape swing, or flipping over them with a forward flick of the right stick and punching them from behind. We also get a handful of boss fights, mostly against the obvious opponents, and although these are a nice change of pace while they last, only one late game one is all that memorable, and none of them are especially interesting on a mechanical level. Exploration is, of course, a big part of any Arkham game, and there are plenty of Easter eggs to find around Blackgate. One thing that's a little too easy to find at this point, though, are bugs. I'm told there's a patch in the works to address at least some of this, but even after launch, this review was delayed by about a day because I wasn't able to complete the story thanks to a repeated crash. I had plenty of audio stuttering, saw long load times when returning from the map screen, and lost the ability to use my Batarang during a boss fight that required it. It wasn't as smooth a ride as I'd have liked, but I did see the ending and was pleased with it. Batman Arkham Shadow does an admirable job of adapting almost everything I love about the Arkham series to work in a full-fledged VR game, and it's impressive looking for a game that's exclusive to the standalone MetaQuest 3 headset. There are a few hitches and aggravating bugs that mean some parts don't work quite as well as others, but its vigorous brawling, exploration, tricky puzzle solving, and stealth are all in full effect as you sneak and punch your way through Blackgate Prison in a twisting undercover pursuit of a mysterious cult leader where just about anybody's a suspect. It's certainly smaller in scale than any full game since Arkham Asylum, but it's far larger and more built out than you might expect after Batman Arkham VR, and a return to an enclosed prison setting makes it feel dense and intricate. Batman Arkham Shadow's IGN score? 8. Thanks for listening to IGN. My name is Zeke Robison, and for the latest Batman Arkham Shadow updates, visit us at IGN.com.
Spoken Layer.